July 18th, 2017, this is KNN. And we're live from the Nat Cray Memorial Barn. Hello, everybody, once again to the National Nitro League Summer Classic. I'm Scott Goose Giesler.
I'm Adam Muhi.
And we are very thrilled to be bringing you another great National Nitro League Summer Classic, this time with the seniors of 1B, featuring the teams of the House of Forest. We've got provisional teams tonight due to some imbalances in the numbers, so they'll be represented by different players tonight. Also, the House of Rivers will be out here tonight. They normally have 3 people. They have a whopping 5 now. Very exciting. Next up is the House of Mountains. They'll be showing their stuff. Hopefully they won't be bleeding red. They'll just be winning. And last but not least, the House of Lakes, representing. They won't be able to use paddles tonight. They'll just be throwing with their hands. Let me tell you, we're going to break it down tonight. It is a triple elimination tournament. That means that each team has to lose 3 times before they're completely knocked out of the game. They'll go down to lost bracket 1. If they lose again, they go to lost bracket 2 and fight their way back, hopefully to the championships, where the winner of tonight's tournament will be taking home the edible trophy here on the National Nitro League Summer Classic. A very exciting evening ahead for you. I'm Scott Goose Giesler.
I'm Adam Muhi.
Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. Please rise for the national anthem. And welcome back to the National Nitro League Summer Classic. I'm Scott Goose Giesler.
I'm Adam Muhi.
And we are very excited to get started off with our first match tonight, Forest versus Mountains, out on the dance floor right now. Forest versus Mountains, out on the dance floor. Okay, they're going to make their way out onto the dance floor. Now, for those of you who don't know quite how this game works, we're going to take you a quick walk through it right now. Basically, the way it works, you got 4 teams playing a tournament tonight. It's going to be like dodgeball, with the exception that one team has 1 ball, and what they're going to do is they're going to attempt to knock out the other team as fast as humanly possible. The other team will then take possession of the ball, reset the timer, and they go back and they try again. Now, both teams are out on the floor as we speak, and they're getting ready to do rock, paper, scissors to decide who will start with the ball. We've got a couple lighting effects that we didn't have last year for those of you just tuning in for the first time, which will make things very helppful.
And it looks like Lakes has won the rock, paper, scissors match.
Is that right, Adam?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so Lakes will start with the ball. I'm getting a look. The Lakes aren't up, so that would be kind of impossible. No, it's Forest versus Mountains right now.
Forest.
Yeah. Correct. Forest versus Mountains. So Lakes went up and started with possession of the ball. I'm no expert, but this is what I think. So Forest versus Mountains is going to be the teams that are out on the floor. Looks like we're about ready to get started. Let's get this party started. Here we go. Okay, feet against the wall, please.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off, and the first pitch is thrown. They're looking good out there. There goes the whistle. Okay, somebody's down. Down goes 2.
4.
Down goes 3. 4, that is. We got 1 left. Throw and a miss. Some good dodging going on here. Chin Purdy with the ball. A little bit of a bobble there. And that is it. All 5 are knocked out. The time to beat looks like it's going to be 51 seconds. 51 seconds, the time to beat. So we are going to reset our counter. 51 seconds on the countdown timer now. Get that reset. And that's set here. Let's see how they do.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off. 51 seconds will be the time to beat here. Oh, down goes 1 right away. Down goes 2.
3. 4th.
Okay, looks like they beat that time pretty good. All right, let's see here. All right, Hippo, we need a winner for that one. Who is the winning team? Not Forest. So we're going to, by the power of deductions, it will be Mountains. We're also going to reset. We're also going to advance the our ladder here. Looks like Mountains wins the first one. They're getting ahead of me up there. Okay, well, we've got. I'm going to go ahead and hit the video clip, even though they're way ahead of me here. So, for those of you watching at home and not sure exactly what's going on next here, we've got Lakes versus Rivers now on the floor. They've just got done with the rock, paper, scissors. They'll be fighting it off now. Lakes versus Rivers. Okay, we're back down to the floor. Who's starting with the ball on this one for our people at home? Rivers will start with the ball in their shirts. That means Lakes is skins, and they'll start by dodging. They're ready to go, and so are we. Let's kick it off.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And there's the horn. Down goes 1. Down goes.
Headshot.
Oh, it's a headshot. Okay, looks like we had 2 or 3 down now. It's 4. Looks like we're at 4. And that's 5. Okay, 5. That's a pretty impressive time. That's 35 seconds that they have to beat now.
Is on the faster end of most times.
As a reminder to all people, if the referee calls it, the referee calls it. That's what it is. We got them set now. 35 seconds on the clock to time to beat. Lakes with the ball now. See if they can beat 35 seconds. Got to make sure we got a foot on the wall here, and we do. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off. Okay, down goes 1, down goes 2. Down goes 3. 4. 10 seconds left. And that's 5. They get it done with just a little time to spare. House of Lakes gets it done. Okay, let's take a look now. We'll retrieve the scoreboard here. Pull that back over here. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a little commercial break. We'll be back in just a minute. We got to pay the bills here in the National Nitro League Summer Classic. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
Katie. 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 Katie.
Romance the rain.
And welcome back to the National Nitro League Summer Classic. I'm Scott Goose Kiesler. Right beside me is Mr. Adam Murith, and we're moving on to our next match in the win bracket semifinal between Mountains and Lakes. Mountains and Lakes should be down on the floor now as we speak.
This is the winners.
Yes.
This is winners. Mountains and Lakes.
Mountains and Lakes down on the floor right now.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, Mountains and Lakes on the floor. There we go. Seems to be some confusion, but I think we got it now.
Lakes wins the rock, paper, scissors.
Nicely done, Lakes. Trick is to always throw rock, I found. You know, always throw rock and you're going to land just fine.
You've got a 1 out of 3 chance each time. It's pretty respectable.
It's pretty rare. I take that. I take those odds any day. Okay. So who we got, Adam? Who's starting with the ball here?
Looks like Mountains is starting with the ball.
Mountains will start with the ball and their shirts, I guess. Yep. Okay. So here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off.
That's 2. Three. 4.
That would be 5.
And 28 seconds.
That's a pretty great time to have, 28 seconds. Okay, let's take a look at that. I think that's the shortest of the evening, if I'm not mistaken.
Out of the 3 we've seen, yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well done here. Let's see if they can beat 28 seconds. That's a pretty hefty order. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1. 2. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. And that is just not going to get it done. Unfortunately, they run out of time. 28 seconds, a tough time to beat there. Okay. Good sportsmanship coming off the floor there. Looks like our winners, am I right in saying the winners are Lakes here? Just
yes.
for audience at home? Excuse me, it was Mountains. Okay, let's make sure we get that right. Lakes is going to make their way down to the first loss bracket. And still, all teams in here have at least a couple more losses to go before they are out. So we are going to move on to match number 4, which is going to be, let me just get myself set here. Okay, now we're moving on to it looks like that. We went out of order, but it's not going to hurt anything. Moving on now to match number 4 here on the National Nitro League Summer Classic. We're going to be doing we're going to go in a little reverse order here. We've got the loss bracket quarterfinal, and that is going to be between Forest and Rivers. Forest and Rivers out on the dance floor right now, if you please. So, a little bit of confusion here on the commentator side, but Forest and Rivers now are going to face off against one another. We'll see how they do. So we got Forest and Rivers out there now on the floor. Who's starting with possession of the ball out there, Hippo? Orange team will start with possession of the ball. They're also elected to be shirts, unless they deferred. Difficult to know. Okay.
They did defer.
They did defer. Okay, so orange with the ball, orange with shirts. Looks like they're ready to go, and so are we.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off. Good passing is the key to victory. 1.
2. Nice dodge. A third.
That's 4. One more.
And
That's
it.
5. 30 seconds on the dot there. Very impressive. We have players stealing Vinnie Hurley's job. Very, very, look, in this economy, that's not cool.
Not just anyone can do that job. That's a special job.
Right. He's gone to 4 years of Nitro College. Let's not disrespect that. Okay. All right, so we got the clock reset. 30 seconds, the time to beat. We got the two teams set up here, and we're ready to go. 30 seconds, the time to beat. Now we're going to have Forrest with possession of the ball. For those of you keeping track at home, let's see if they can beat it. 30 seconds. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the horn goes off.
Oh, right away. That's 3.
17 seconds left.
4.
9 seconds left. 3. And that is that. They did manage to just keep themselves alive there, but not by much. That was very impressive.
Very fast-paced match.
Yes, indeed. Okay, let's go back and reset that clock. Okay, so Rivers wins that one with their time of 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and update that, and then we're going to send Forests down to lost bracket 2, which, tough place to be, but you can fight your way out of it. It is possible. Just not an ideal spot. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a moment. I'm Scott Goose Kiesler.
I'm Adam Muhi.
And we'll be back. We got to pay the bills. Stay with us.
That's all right, son. Get right back up. You're all right. Oh, check out that Buick.
Wow, that's nice. But if that's a Buick, then my kid's Cam Newton.
Ready! Damn! Blue 42, set up!
I'm open! Go! No! Yes!
Some people just can't believe the new Buick.
That's a good-looking Buick right there. That's a Buick, and I'm a supermodel.
Nice play, Billy!
Miranda Kerr?
And welcome back to the National Nitro League Summer Classic. I'm Scott Goose Kiesler.
I'm the Ant-Man.
And we're going to be moving right back on now to the Lost Bracket semifinal. And I'll let you know who that's going to involve. I got to look up here. That is going to involve the House of Lakes versus the House of Rivers out onto the playing floor. House of Lakes versus House of Rivers. One of these teams will get knocked down to the second lost bracket. Let's see which one's going to be. So Lakes versus Rivers. Some very respectable times tonight.
I do not think Reed O'Connell has lost a rock, paper, scissors match tonight.
He's got the skills. That was also why he was a first-round draft pick in the National Nitro League, due to the fact that not only could he throw the ball with a lot of precision and aim, but he always knows how to win a rock, paper, scissors match. Amazingly, he's never been selected for the dining hall, which to me is a complete injustice, but that's a story for another time. Looks like they're ready and loaded on the floor down there. Who's starting with the ball today? House of Rivers will start with the ball. Their shirts for those of you keeping track at home. So let's see how Lakes does. Their skins, how long can they dodge for? Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off.
There's the first.
Good dodge.
And the second.
Ball's out, new one comes in.
There's number 3 and 4.
And
that's
5. A sort of lightning round there at the end. I think we've got a new record for tonight anyway. 22 seconds on the clock there.
The night is still young, but I'm not sure we'll see many faster times.
Rivers gets it done in 22 seconds. What just happened to me, Mom? What just happened to me? Okay. They're going to have to do some good planning here in order to pull this one off. I don't know how they're going to do it. 22 seconds. That's it's got to take some precision. Okay, they got the doors closed. They got the teams against the wall. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
22 seconds. I don't know if they can do it. Let's find out.
Big first one.
17 seconds left.
And the second.
11 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It just is too much. Just too much there. Too much to do. Just not enough time. Not enough time.
Back on the rock, paper, scissors issue. Reed O'Connell shares a side with Alex Roger and Peter Deci. He's Peyton Manning on a team of with Joe Montana and Tom Brady. It's just not that fair.
Yeah, fair enough. I have to respect that statement. All right, we're going to update our scoreboard here. Okay. So we got, all right, Rivers does it there, keeps themselves in the loss bracket. 1. Okay. Meanwhile, Lakes makes its way down to the second loss bracket. They're going to have to fight their way out just a little bit here now. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means we go into match number 6, and one of these teams isn't going to get much of a break right now because we're going to see Mountains versus Rivers in a win-loss bracket final. So Mountains versus Rivers out on the floor right now. Currently, as it stands, House of Mountains has had no losses. They're going to be facing up against House of Rivers now that has 1 loss, but has done pretty well for themselves with the last time they did. So we'll see what the score is at the end of this. Can we get the barn lights on for a moment so we can see the rock, paper, scissors match? There we go. That'll help our camera crew out a little bit there. So we got Mountains versus Rivers down on the floor. We're going to start with our rock, paper, scissors. Thank you. A nice bit of greeting here from Reed O'Connell. He's had a long and distinguished career in the Nitro League. Truly a man who is still in his prime, though. There's Henry Brown waving to his mother at home. Every weekend, his father would take him to the Nitro arena in his Little League town. They would the Little League team they had of Nitro, and they would practice, and they would practice, and they would practice, and here he is today, so many years later. It just really warms the heart. Okay, so who are we starting with possession of the ball? We're not ready, so Hippo here is going to make sure that we've got all the people we need. Hippo, a very distinguished referee in the Nitro League, has been officiating the Summer Classic for almost 30 years. Oh, we have somebody down. Are we okay? Okay, we had a bench failure here. Hopefully everybody's okay. Okay, looks like everybody's all right now. Once again, for our point of reference at home, who's starting with the ball?
House of Mountains.
House of Mountains will start with the ball. That means Rivers will start with a little bit of dodging. Let's see how they do. Okay, here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mountains, that has suffered no losses, is currently with the possession of the ball here. We'll see how they do. Taking their time here. Not something you really want to do.
There's one.
15 seconds up. Seems to be some confusion now. There goes 2. Still a lot of people in. They got 3 people in. Unbelievable dodging going on here. Some wide shots. There goes another.
Good fake on that one.
2 left. Ball stays in play. We're now over a minute here. A bit surprising.
Mountains seem to be in no big rush.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Oh, looks like
Lots of confusion.
a lot of
on the court.
confusion. And that's it, I guess. Okay, he took himself out. The moment he sat on the bench, he was out anyway. 1 minute, 29 seconds will be that time they got to beat. Rivers now needs to simply beat 1 minute, 29 seconds. Hippo getting some clarification there to the players. They are not to use him as a shield. I think that's a good rule. I do. Especially if I'm Hippo, I like it. I would like it a lot, yeah. So, okay. Okay, Rivers has to do this in less than 1 minute, 29 seconds. That will kind of tip the scales just a little bit. Let's see if they can do it. Here we go. Mountains has suffered no losses, but they got to run for their lives for 1 minute 30 seconds in order to keep themselves undefeated.
Nitro
So tall order for tonight.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom goes the dynamite, and the clock gets started. Down goes 1.
There's 1.
Yeah. Got another ball in. Down goes Henry Brown. That's 2.
There's a third.
Minute left. Oh.
Nigo must run for 50 seconds to make this one.
Oh, and it's just not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. So this actually turns the tides just a little bit. Now House of Rivers now beats House of Mountains. So let's take a look at our bracket. Now the bracket is going to change just a little bit here. We take a look at this. And so now, because of the fact that Mountains only has 1 loss, they do go down, to be clear, they're going to go down to bracket lost bracket 2. However, in order to get eliminated from the whole tournament, whoever plays up against them next is going to have to beat them twice because they haven't lost yet. Or they only lost once, I should say. Rivers now is going to be moving on to the championships in this bracket. However, they've already lost once, so they only have to be defeated twice. So this is kind of a complicated thing, but it does happen from time to time. All right, so we're moving on now. Take a look here where we're going. Okay, moving on here in the National Nitro League Summer Classic. We're going to move on to match number 7. This is Lost Bracket 2 semi. Now, this is going to be between Forest and Lakes. This is now a fight for survival between these two teams. Both have lost twice, and if either one of them loses a third time, which one of them will, it's going to knock them out of the tournament altogether. The team that stays in will then go and square off against the House of Mountains and have to defeat them twice. So whoever it is between these two, they've got a seriously uphill travel from here. Okay, we're doing rock, paper, scissors. Can we get the lights on in the barn, please? We've got somebody close to the door here that can hit the light switch. And I guess he's not going to do it. Oh, there we go. There we go. That way we can see. Currently now we've got Forest versus Lakes. Yeah, we're going to take that. Forest versus Lakes. Can we have the lights on, please, until we get this settled? There's this light switch right there by the door. I guess not. Who's starting with the ball? Lakes will start with the ball, and they are skins, so here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And off we go. Oh, ball's still in. Down goes the first one. Down goes the second. Down goes the third. Oh, time is going. Okay, we got to stop because apparently there's a problem with the timer. My apologies here. We'll get that fixed. We need to start over.
A good practice round.
Good practice for everybody. It's all right. We just got to reset it. There was a little problem with the counter. Happens from time to time. Just get reset and we'll start again. Apologies on the technology there. Okay, once we're set, we're going to start again. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now we're off for real.
There's one.
Two. Three. "26 seconds in. That's it. That's it. 34 seconds is the time to beat. Okay, we're going to reset the countdown timer. 34 seconds will be the time to beat on this one. One of these teams is going home, and it will be a matter of 34 seconds that will decide it. Here we go. We got it set. And we're going to see how things go. One of these teams is going to stay alive to face off against House and Mountains. They'll have to beat them twice if they want to go to the championship. It's a big uphill battle. Who's going to do it? 34 seconds will tell us.
2, 1.
Ball goes out, new ball comes in. Down goes 1. Down goes 2. 20 seconds left. 3. 9 seconds. 5 seconds. And that is it. It is just not enough time. 34 seconds. A very tough time to get that all done in, no doubt. Okay, can we get the barn lights on, please? While we swap it out. Okay, I had a little trouble keeping track. Who was our big winner there? Hippo, who started with the ball in that last match? Lakes. So Lakes wins this one. Forrest gets to pack their stuff and go home, sadly.
Hey, Will, you okay? You okay? When you hit your head? You sure?
We're going to move right on to match number 8 here in the National Nitro League Summer Classic, which is going to involve the Lost Bracket 2 final, which is going to involve Mountains versus Lakes. Out on the floor right now, Mountains versus Lakes. The decider of this match will move on to the championships.
Lakes does have to win twice to progress.
Now, this is not impossible. It has been done before. We have had teams come back and do this the hard way. I just don't envy the task. They've got to beat this team twice. Then they got to make it to the championship where they got to beat Rivers twice if they want to win the big championship. Where both Mountains and Rivers to knock this team out would only have to beat them.
Just one loss for Lakes, and they're going home.
That's right. Okay, who do we have starting with possession, please? Lakes is going to start with possession of the ball. Their skins yet again. There's just something about a shirtless Reed O'Connell that he really loves about himself. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that, although it does seem to be a little pathological. But we don't really want to talk about that right now because we've got a game to play. Here we go.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Lakes starting with the ball. And we're off. Oh, we got to stop again because we got a countdown situation again. We're going to stop.
Stop the game.
We're going to stop. We had a little countdown malfunction again. We'll fix that. We'll restart. Okay, we're about ready. Sorry, that's fixed. Here we go again. Everybody get yourself set because we're going to start it up.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And boom goes the dynamite for real. Clock starts. Down goes 1 and 2.
And the third.
20 seconds in.
One remaining.
That's it. 38 seconds will be the time to beat there.
Not the quickest time we've seen tonight, but still a respectable time.
So Lakes will have to dodge for longer than 38 seconds and then do the whole thing again. If Mountains knocks them out, then you've got two teams facing off against each other that each have to lose twice. So at best, a best of three, if you will. Okay, 38 seconds on the countdown here. Okay, it's set. Here we go. Does Lakes keep themselves alive here to fight another day, or is this it?
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lakes running for their life, if you will. Down goes one. "24 seconds.
Second one.
19 seconds. 13. 10.
Not much passing going on.
5 seconds. And they do it. Lakes keeps themselves alive.
One more win for Lakes.
Now it's even money. Now we're in a situation where the winner of this, no matter what, moves on to the championship. This actually works out kind of well for Rivers because whoever Rivers now goes against, they only have to beat once. And so they seem to be pretty happy about that. But we continue with the Lakes Mountain. Now we're going to do rock, paper, scissors again out on the floor to start with possession, see who's got it.
And yet another rock, paper, scissors win for Reed O'Connell.
Okay, looks like Lakes is going to start with possession of the ball. And be Skins. It's a little dark in here right now, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of light in a moment. We got everybody. We're all set. Looks good. Here we go. This is a, not to say sudden death elimination, but one of these teams is going home after this. We don't know which yet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off. Lakes with the ball.
There's one.
10 seconds.
The second.
15 seconds. 20 seconds. Lakes with the ball taking a little longer than they probably like in this situation. Oop, down he went. Yeah, he's out. Oh, he's arguing with the ref. And he's walking off the floor. That's it? Okay, so it was 52. Yep, we're going to count that at 52.
A little slower than the last round, but can Mountains do it?
Yep. Okay. So 52 will be the time there.
Dylan.
A little warning. Can I get the house lights up for just a second? Let's get the house lights up for just a second.
Lights.
As a reminder to Inigo and his team, two things are true. The referee calls it, however he calls it, and then in addition to that, if you walk off the floor, they're going to take another team out. So if you argue with the ref, he can forfeit your whole match. So if the whistle goes, it's in your best interest to get off the floor as fast as humanly possible. Okay, so I think we're set. We're going to go again. 52 seconds, the time to beat. So we're going to turn the lights off. Here we go. Mountains now with the ball. 52 seconds, the time to beat.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's one.
A second one. That's it.
That's it. That's the one there.
Just like that. That's all there is to it.
Mountain suffers a loss, but they are able to keep alive and move on in the tournament. A very valiant battle by House of Lakes, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. Let's get the house lights up for a moment. Okay, so taking a look at it now, Mountains will move on to the championship, which is decent place to be. In the meantime, we're going to take one last commercial break here before we get to the championships. We need to pay our bills as usual. I'm Scott Goose Kiesler. And
I'm Adam Muhi.
And we will be right back after this. Okay.
Good afternoon and welcome.
What?
I said good afternoon and welcome. Can we lose the masks? Just take them off. How can we be a secret... How can we be a secret society if we can't keep all of our secrets?
Do they know we faked the moon landing?
No, not yet.
Or that there are only 49 shades of gray?
They're suspicious, but that's not what I'm talking about.
What about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot's not real and everyone knows that.
Did they figure out we deflated the football?
No, we found a fall guy for that one.
Bigfoot's definitely real.
Nope.
We'll just have to agree to disagree.
What about Area 51? Do they know about that?
No.
How about Area 52 to 54?
No, stop saying areas. No areas plus a number.
Literally hundreds of photos of Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him once. Wait, Bigfoot? I'm getting it wrong. Paul Bunyan?
Point is, someone is leaking this stuff.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you, Anne.
I've seen his footprint when I was
Scott! What they do know is that avocados from Mexico have good fat.
So they know they're healthy.
They know everything. Kyle, are you streaming this?
Is that not cool?
No, it's not cool. That's what secret means. It's a secret society.
Oh, wow. Secret. Yep. Hey, I got a like.
You got a like?
That was me.
I like you too.
At least they don't know about subliminal advertising. That's not even a thing, right?
Eat them!
What the?
Avocados from Mexico.
And welcome back to the National Nitro League Summer Classic. I'm Scott Goose Kiesler.
I'm Adam Muhi.
And we are ready to move on to the championships between House of Mountains and House of Rivers. They're going to make their way out onto the floor now. Now, this is truly a switch from what we had earlier, because Rivers now has to lose twice, while Mountains only has to lose once. And it wasn't too long ago that it was the other way around, that Mountains was undefeated facing off against a Rivers that had been defeated once. Okay, so who's starting with possession of the ball there, Hippo? Mountains is going to start with possession of the ball, and we are ready to get this championship going. Mountains with the ball, and we are set. I got to make sure that our timer's all set too. Hang on. Let me, because we keep getting countdowns. Yeah, we got to get that fixed. Okay. And it's set, and so are we. The lights are down, and we're off. Rivers has to get beaten twice in order to get knocked out. Mountains only once.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's one. Two. Three. Four. And that's it at 50 seconds.
Fit 50 seconds would be the time to beat here. Okay, who has, now just so I don't lose track of this, who's got the ball now? Rivers. Okay, so now Rivers needs to get this done in 50 seconds, or I should say 49 seconds, because if they do, that's the big W for them for the evening. However, if they don't, we then go to a sudden death final. Okay, let's see how we do.
Nitro begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a game of dodging now for House of Mountains. $40 seconds. $30 seconds.
20 seconds to get the first person out.
25 seconds. That's the second person out. Third person out. 20 seconds.
And number 4.
15 seconds left. 10 seconds.
Can Dylan survive?
And that did it. They do it with not a lot of time left on the board. I really thought this was going to go to sudden death. My God. It was, how much time do they have left? Oh, holy smokes. They had 1 second left in order to get that done. Can you get the house lights up, please? House lights up. Here we go. So the big winner for tonight, House of Rivers, they did it in very little time left. They had 1 second left to knock them out. It was like a bad 007. And I know you're not trying to take candy, Reed. I know you wouldn't do that. Oh, okay. All right, sure. All right. Sure, I trust you 100%. Okay, so that's going to do it for tonight. House of Rivers goes home the big champions. Very glad to have had everybody here tonight. I'm Scott Kuskiesler.
I'm Adam Muheath.
And that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in here on the National Nitro League Summer Classic.